And now, please tell about the particular.
For most important part is the first part is having a strong enough wrist to basically curl your wrist, bow your wrist, driving down on your opponent's wrist and on his bicep to be able to drag him with the back of your arm so he's on his bicep, and then basically rotating that elbow forward and just dragging with your back and lat on his bicep. But the first move is curling your wrist in to be able to drive your arm down on his bicep to that point. Yeah, the first and most important thing in becoming a great arm wrestler is having a strong hand and forearm to protect your own wrist from being flattened out or being bowed back and being top rolled. So the first key before anything else is having a really strong hand and strong forearm to protect your hand and keep it at a bow. Wrestler has a huge forearm. I mean, that's the telltale of an arm wrestler versus a weightlifter. I mean, the size of their forearm and their hand strength. I mean, that's first foremost most important.
Go on, please.
Well, what I was saying is that it's not set in stone to set up like this to try to hook somebody. If someone's got an extremely strong hand and wrist and has a great reversing style top roll, I will purposely give away some leverage and actually purposely grab low on the wrist, so they have to beat me with their arm. They have to be able to have an arm that's strong enough to outdo my fingers instead of just being able to manipulate my hand with their stronger hand. So there are times when it's advantageous to not grab onto the opponent's hand like this straight away, but to actually purposely grab a little lower on the arm and on the wrist. And then the same movement is performed, except for you're not on the hand. You're chopping down with the hand being on the wrist. And once it gets to this position, it really doesn't matter where the hand is. The hand could be up on the hand or here. There really isn't a leverage disadvantage by doing that. But it eliminates being toppled by certain people at certain times.